Hello and welcome to my second commentary video here on the channel on daily wrestling, daily res. Just going to do a very short video. You should now be seeing on your screen some footage of a venue in Kent called Flamingo Park. We were supposed to have an event there the last weekend as I record this on Sunday the 6th of November, and unfortunately that event did not take place. Now there was a few reasons as to why that didn't take place, and I'm going to be very brief, and I'm a lot less angry now than I was at the time, because there were a lot of wrestlers that were ready to perform, and a few things kind of came unglued the week of the show. Now the venue was fine, the venue was ready for us, we had insurance, we had everything we were meant to do as a promoter to get the event on. I've run over 300 shows I think now, or at least very close to it, so I know what to do to put on an event to make sure that we're all hunky-dory. However, in the lead up to the show we had lots of problems securing a ring, which obviously is very important when it comes to putting the show on. And at one point I think I'd spoken to about 20 different British ring providers within the space of about 7 days. And when I thought I had a backup sorted in time for the show, they just didn't get back to me in time to confirm price and arrangements and everything. And I didn't want it to get to the day of the show and there'd be no ring and everybody turn up to watch the show and there'd be no ring there. So rather than risk that occurring, I cancelled that show with a view to coming back stronger on another show. So we've got another show planned. If you're in the IPW UK Facebook group, you'll know all about it. If not, you won't be able to come because it is purely for the real fans of IPW UK. It's a fan appreciation day. By the time this video comes out, the information will be up in the IPW UK Facebook group, so all you got to do is join that, and you'll get all the information. You'll be able to come along and see the show. So what I did was, rather than rely on other people for wrestling rings, I went out and bought one. So that's what's been done. We now own our own ring once again. There's a funny story about that, because I actually now technically, I guess, own two rings, because I did own a ring previously back in 2017, 2018. And when the White Oak Leisure Centre was knocked down and rebuilt, my ring went missing. So I have another ring somewhere that I'm sure I'll come across one day, or maybe the metal was sold for scrap. I'm sure that could have happened as well, because the White Oak Leisure Centre apparently know nothing about it. It is something that I'm still investigating. But there we go. So now I'm going to have a second ring. It's going to be available for the show that we've got in December, and it's going to be available for the show that we're going to run next year in February. I really am very sorry to everyone who was planning on coming to the event. Obviously all the refunds have now been done. You've all got your money back, hopefully. There were quite a few pre-sales, and obviously there were wrestlers that were flown in that had already landed in the country that were ready for the show. So again, to those wrestlers booked, everybody that I've been able to, I've managed to give them the new date. You know, it's not something that during my course of running shows since 2004, I think in the UK I've cancelled maybe this will be the third show. I remember we had to cancel one in Orpington because the venue ran out of temporary events notices for that venue, and then we did have one in Crawley that we were going to do a new venue there, and basically the risk I was taking was that the sound ceiling was going to be high enough above the ring, and practically it just wasn't. People wouldn't have been able to do a suplex, and so when we put tickets on sale, tickets were kind of slow anyway, so I thought, you know what, let's just cut our losses and not do this one. I didn't want to, end up making problems with the venue there in Crawley and their £1 million sound ceiling, and I didn't want people to come to a wrestling show where you couldn't do a suplex. But anyway, that's the reason that the show didn't go on last week. There would have been no ring. I wasn't in any way, shape or form planning on doing a no ring show. I know they're popular in America. I would not be doing that. That will not be something I'll ever promote. I could have just stuck around and done a little meet and greet with some of the wrestlers that are already in the country, but realistically I thought it's better to cancel, regroup, and then go for more shows and try and make this a more productive, longer term venture. So next show is announced. It is in the IPW UK group by this point, by the time the video goes up. Apologies to fans that did want to come along. If you do like these kind of promoter perspective kind of videos, where I talk into a microphone and explain things, I will be doing some more. I have got a Q&A lined up with some questions that were posed to me. I asked the IPW group to pose me some questions, and I've got some questions back, so I'm planning on doing a Q&A video very shortly. Hopefully get that up soon. If you do like this video, please give it a like and a thumbs up. Hit subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more content. If not, in the meanwhile, you've got all of our regular match uploads, even though we've been demonetised currently here on the channel, but do enjoy them, and thank you for listening.